By a jumbo jet. It wasn't easy, but nothing is. No. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. When I was young, it's not my problem. It's not my problem. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. Yeah. tunnel, foot on the gas. I see these demons, hoping I crash. All that I wanted, like the last laugh. Gotta move fast. For so long, just a reminder to hold on. Ain't gonna cry or go home. Stay strong, yeah. Walls keep closing in, closing in. I keep going in, going in. See that I'm gonna be the first, but they praying that I won't let. And you know that I get better when I wanna.
It is one of the most intimidating environments in all of sport. And with a war drum beating, the crowd has begun its battle cry here at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So here are the Chiefs now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, sixth-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State.
And how about this young man? Took the NFL world by storm. As a sixth-round rookie, signature mullet, mustache, but 21 touchdowns for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Great personality, and everyone gravitates towards this guy. Teammates love to win with a quarterback who leads them like that, and fans love to root for a guy who seems just like them.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Will go down as a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Minshew sets to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. And it's fielded at the 34. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Under center will be the Southern California native standing at 6'4", Sam Darnold.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Pushing his way through. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line. They're going right back to Walker. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down at 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Seattle.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
1st and goal from just inside the 5. Now Darnold. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Sam Darnold taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City. Jason Myers now for the extra point. Well, these may be an adventure this afternoon, but this one is good. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure, because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
They'll get this complete to Worthy. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 46-yard line.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he will have the Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs 1st down.
I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the 1st quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Looking to throw it. Minshew. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This one from 35 yards away. Butker's kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell us end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. 3rd and 9 here. Here's Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
For a Seahawks, first down. A gain of 4
As an unbiased
yards.
observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Second down and 6 now.
Second and 6.
He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 19. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Of 13 yards. First down, Seahawks.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now it's Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to stretch out their lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Now Myers for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
But you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Minshew. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting. And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here's Matt Arrowhead now. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taken right about the 40. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Reset.
Up the middle, here's Walker. Able to push his way through. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Reset.
Darnold now to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. A.J. Gardner, 35 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's 21-3. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Kansas City's offense now set, ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Liking 18. Let's go.
To throw, Oladokin. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Yellow.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll try and do this himself. And he will have the first down as they get into the ground at the 37. They get 9 out of that one, and as as a result, the drive continues.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
At the 47-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. On play action, it's Mahomes. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
Third down.
Well, how about this? A fistful of sacks already. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. What an incredible start for this defense. If they keep this pace up, they could be looking at an all-time performance.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Formation for the Chiefs.
Ariza is on to punt here as he gets this one away. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about this all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
We go set. Reset.
Again, it's Walker. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now here's Michael Dixon, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And the return man will shuffle through the white stuff, secure the fair catch with both hands. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Let's go, Ollie!
Mahomes now to throw. And his pass incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now whistles and a flag down. Looked like one of the chief linemen might have moved. That's Juwan Taylor, the right tackle. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
There on the stop was Leo Chanel.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
64 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Walker now on 1st and 10. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes that's a danger of putting that jumbo set out there. You just get a lot of bodies massed in one location. You could wind up with 18, 20, maybe even all 22 in the box, and there's nowhere to run the football.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
We're going to set.
They run again with Walker. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Go set.
On 3rd down, here's Walker. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. 21-3 is your score after 1. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room
down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. This will be caught by Brown. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Let's go, Lord, 80. Right side.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And a quick throw there is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Mahomes to throw once more. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 37. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
A quick throw caught by Rice. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll make it second down.
It's second and 8 at the 35-yard line.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Seventh play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. And again, it's Mahomes. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Matt Arrowhead now on to punt this one away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
First down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Seahawks.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jerry Tillery running in there and setting him down.
That's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And that one complete downfield to Cup. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now Darnold. He gets this into the hands of Cup once again. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Second down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Back to throw, Darnold. This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his grasp. Couldn't get it. Instead, it'll bring up 3rd down. Here's Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt.
Dixon to punt for the Seahawks.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. KC's offense ready to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
The line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. In motion goes the tight end. A quick throw going to be caught by Worthy. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs.
A give to Pacheco off the option. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there. And he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. 3rd catch in this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Yellow.
In motion, the tight end. Mahomes quickly complete out wide. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And the Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Yellow.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped him for no gain.
And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
at their own.
Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. He's been really good in the yardage category, yet to hit the end zone, however.
A minor blemish against him right now because the work he's doing catching the ball, in some ways he's helping serve as good ball control because the big plays that he's making have really helped out his team.
Absolutely. They're winning on the scoreboard here in quarter number 2. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Darnold. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. Darnold down to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch called for and taken right on the midfield stripe. A 40-yard punt, no return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 46. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Yellow.
That's caught right side by Worthy. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And now here comes Kansas City. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that's going to bring up second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Mahomes going to fire quickly to Worthy. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Yellow.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be second in a couple.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Darnold. He completes this to Walker. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
To throw is Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the Chiefs' 45-yard line.
Now it's Darnold. He'll get this complete to the tight end, Gardner. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 27-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Throwing again is Darnold. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
Now Darnold. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Eric Saubert from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to add on to their first half lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now Myers for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he returns this to the 22. And out come the Chiefs now. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Over the middle here to Brown. A gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 on the Seahawks 43-yard line.
They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Yellow, yellow.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
They'll check this one down to Pacheco. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end, Gray. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Second and a couple. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Mahomes to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in. And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. The returns on the last drive, pretty good. 7 for 7, touchdown pass. Probably take that, right?
I would say so. I mean, when you're cutting them apart that way, feeling so accurate, so confident going downfield, and then able to culminate by putting it in the end zone, oh, yeah, he's feeling real good right now.
Now he'll try to carry that over to this drive. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's Darnold. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
And the Seahawks first down. An 8-yard pickup. And the Seahawks first down.
Back to throw, Darnold. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
Darnold to throw again. Another completion for Kupp. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. As the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
The 45-yard line.
Here's Darnold. He stiff arms him. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Darnold now to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side, complete to Cup. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's second down. To the air again, Darnold. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And the Seahawks are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hanson. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. And welcome in, everyone. Scott Hanson in Orlando, where it almost never snows. These two teams dealing with the light dusting, and that's expected to go on into the second half. Who handles it better? Let's go back out to the stadium and check in with our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thank you. The snow is continuing to trickle down here as we ready ourselves for the second half to follow. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Looking to put a drive together. Hands it to Walker to begin the series. Oh, he's got a little deadline. And a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 89 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
Darnold. All right, rifles one. That's going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just past the 35. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule.
The
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
I don't need to. Let's go, Louie!
They go play action. Now Mahomes. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And we've got an injured player, and that's Travis Kelce, who appears to be in a bit of discomfort. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
Now it's Darnold. And he's got Smith and Jigba. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Give him 30 yards there.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
To throw is Darnold. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Darnold. Did he get the feed down? Yes! Touchdown! Cooper Kupp, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. after the touchdown. Here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
Yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Now Mahomes. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. It'll go as a gain of 10 on the Kansas City first down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. That'll be caught by Rice.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold headed back out there. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 180 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments.
Picked up by Nick Bolton. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, they're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rice. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Yellow.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, well, they would have been better served.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
Brings up 4th down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And Darnold, he lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Now Darnold. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're scaring at a 4th down. Well done.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Running left to give to Pacheco. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Mahomes now on the sneak. And he will have the Chiefs 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
There may be a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Mahomes now to throw. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Now here's Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area.
Chiefs punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Now that'll be caught by Cup. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Here's Darnold. He completes this to Walker. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
First down. A gain of 15. And the Seahawks first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Back to throw, Darnold. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw again. They'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, 37 yards. And the Seahawks had 6 to their lead.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
Now Myers for the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try to fashion together a drive.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
From the 42 now, here's second and 2.
60.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Now that ground game just continues to struggle to really get any momentum in this ball game, Charles. And I mean, you're at the point here, third quarter, down 4 scores, probably going to have to put it in the air.
Oh, no question about it. So that's your only chance, your only opportunity. But think of the pressure you just put on your offensive line because if you're a pass rusher, you're not even thinking about them running the football. All you're doing is getting into that sprinter stance and going after the quarterback.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's first and 10 up at the 46. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Working out of the gun. Here's Oladokun. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Everybody was coming on the blitz that time, and they got home.
And you know the expression, hat on a hat, in terms of blocking, trying to keep your quarterback protected? Well, if you don't have
under pressure, and they got to him again. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or
the pressure gets to him again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. Sticking with Walker on second down. Sheds off the tackle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
You're set.
Here's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball they squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. And complete to Smith and Jigba. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Brandon, a good idea there on third down. Run a little clear out and hope you get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC.
Ready.
Looking to put a drive together.
Come on. Set. 70 line.
Now Oladokin. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And they weren't in zone coverage, they were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
70 Timberwolves.
Oladokin now out of the gun. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on third. Ariza is on to punt here as he gets this one away. It's fielded at the 45. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Darnold now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Trick McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Looking to put a drive together. Off play action, it's Minshew. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Leonard Williams. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fake.
Here's Minshew. Under pressure, they got him again. Leonard Williams in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Minshew. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
Throw left side, complete to Cup. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Darnold. And the Chiefs are going to get him. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll go play action here with Minshew. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Minshew sets to throw.
That's into the hands of Worthy.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Devin Witherspoon.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. After the interception, here's Darnold. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
I think we're both starting to run out of adjectives because this pressure has been relentless all game, but none of the prior sacks might be as impressive as the one we just saw.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw is Darnold. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. Looking to put a drive together. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This will be caught by Gardner. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. Seahawks defense gets to him and they bring him down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contact.
And Minshew with nowhere to go, and they take him to the ground. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a third time here on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. Now it's Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Darnold. Well, that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. And the Seahawks are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Seahawks have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the fourth. The extra point now coming from Myers. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll set up a throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Looking to throw. Throw left side, completion to Rice. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead.
Now 2nd and 5.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Nicky Manwari.
And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. Oh, they're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated
to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they're down huge in this game.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Here go, set. Hey, set.
Walker with another carry.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And the return man will shuffle through the white stuff, secure the fair catch with both hands. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. The Chiefs ready to rock again on offense. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Nightmare of a game continues for this quarterback, brought down with the game already decided. This sack adds insult to injury for him. Multiple turnovers, down by multiple touchdowns, now dumped early in a drive in the final quarter.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
They run with a veteran speedster. It's Kareem Hunt.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 29.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Uchenna and Wosu got the sack there.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 36-yard line.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you use the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Let's go now.
Oladoka looking to pass it.
They'll set up the screen to Smith. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20.
Ready? Cowboy 8, hot go! Ready.
To throw, Oladokin. Quick slant to Brown.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Leonard Williams in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Oladokin, desperation time on 4th. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked by Julian Love. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's 3rd down.
Go, sack.
Faking the give, Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, shot. 19, Tiger, 19.
That'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. They'll get this one underneath to Hunt. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up the 1st down.
Powers through. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Kareem Hunt, 25 yards. And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Butker on for the PAT. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Jackson Smith and Jigba getting ready to go back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. But not that any of the points would be needed with CD. They've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
Throw left side, complete to Cup. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Darnold. He completes this to Walker. And he'll get nothing out of that one. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
3rd and 3. Darnold now to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. That'll be caught by Rice. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down.
Kansas City Chiefs.
On first down, they'll run with Hunt. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Big Leonard Williams, the one who came in and got him. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
A gain of 11 makes it 3rd and 1.
A yard all they need, but it's third down.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And Hunt is not going to get there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Oladokin. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Back to throw, Darnold. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
At the Chiefs' 35-yard line.
Here's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
And the Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Chiefs' 22-yard line.
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. Outright to Smith and Jigba. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another 1st down.
That's good for a Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Again, Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Now Darnold. Now he'll tuck. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Michael Dana in there to record another sack. And that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds Smith and Jigba. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
18. That's another Seahawks 1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
So the victory here for Seattle. And it was a game where they were off and running in the 1st quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.